So I actually made two separate flavors of ice cream this day. This is peach basil, which we'll talk about another day, and this one is what we're going to talk about today. This is chocolate coffee ice cream with chocolate covered espresso beans and chocolate chunks. I've had this many years ago and I could not find it again, so I decided I wanted to make it myself with a little bit of a twist. So to start off, I went ahead and separated my eggs. I used about 6 egg yolks or so. It uses a good bit of egg yolks, just FYI. Added some sugar and then whipped that till thick and light. You'll notice the color change. That's when you know it's done. So then I went ahead and added my milk to the stove, let that scald a little bit while I melted some chocolate, and it's ready. When you start to see a little bit of movement just below the surface of the milk, that's when you know it's ready. You don't want it to really boil or like simmer too much. And then you add that to your egg mix a little bit at a time while stirring constantly, just to make sure it's tempered evenly and that heat is distributed evenly and that your eggs don't curdle. And then you want to put that over a double boiler and keep stirring until it's thick and coats the back of the spoon or reaches between 170 and 180 degrees Fahrenheit if you're using a thermometer. And as you can see, I added a couple of vanilla beans. I split them and added it to it, added extra flavor. Then I went ahead and added some instant coffee and some chocolate while it was still warm. Keep stirring. Like this whole process, you need to move pretty fast because you don't want your eggs to curdle. So then I added my heavy cream to stop the cooking, and I can finish stirring it in an ice bath and stir that until cool. And then I removed my vanilla beans and then added it to the fridge overnight for the flavors to develop. Then the next day I went ahead and added my espresso beans to some melted chocolate because I could not find chocolate covered espresso beans in the store. They were completely sold out. Otherwise I would have just bought them. I started just like doing one at a time, but then I figured that was not going to work for me. So then I started doing chunks. So I added my ice cream mix to my mixer, let that develop a bit before I started adding my chocolate chunks because I didn't want everything to just like go to the bottom. I wanted to make sure it like had something to stick to. And then I just kind of broke them up randomly and added everything to the mixer and then freeze for a few hours or overnight. I had this before, but it was just like it was coffee ice cream with just like chocolate covered espresso. This one I wanted to make like a chocolate ice cream mix with coffee ice cream and the chocolate covered espresso beans and chocolate chunks, and it turned out so good. The flavors were incredible.